right, all right, all right.
What's up? So, matinee prices, you know what it is, you know who we are, but you don't know where we are. We have traveled all the way across country, nation, and came all the way back around to North Carolina. And then we are in Charlotte, North Carolina. And I'll be honest, Cameron and I right now are happy as pigs in slop. We are back in Visart. Like this is the last remaining one, isn't it?
This is the last
Visart, last man standing. We are in Visart and we're geeking out pretty.
And legit, without exaggeration, we have been just wandering around this store for the past 5 hours.
5 days we've been wandering.
No, seriously, we've been here for 5 hours,
Yeah.
just looking at shelves, reminiscing, looking at the toys and T-shirts and
we
action
probably lost
figures
our
and
jobs.
posters that they have.
The cops have been looking for us. That's all we've been doing is wandering around the store.
And yeah, it's been getting like all the time that we normally would spend just wandering around looking at movies and videos for we've crammed into one day, and we're still doing it. I was like, I'm still just wandering around out there. Just literally before we sat down, I'm still out there like, I remember this movie. Oh, I've never heard of this. I love this actor. And it's just reminded me of like what is special about a video store and why, even though you can still see movies from Netflix and Redbox and everything, but it's never going to replace the video store, because you're looking at the show boxes and the cover art, and like you see something that jumps out at you, or you see like this actor or actress that you love, and you're like, I never even heard of this movie because it didn't get released or something.
Until like we do like Google VR video stores where it's just a room and you can just reach down and do that, and then pick up like the show box and look at it and do that. Yeah. When that happens, then yes.
And even that still won't be the same.
Oh, it won't be the same because you won't have the smell.
Yeah, and you won't have
that dusty smell.
smell. And you won't have like an employee there to like talk to.
Well, you have a VR employee. She'll pop on it, and it'll be voiced by Sigourney Weaver.
All right, I can get behind that.
Yeah, see?
But if it's not Sigourney Weaver, screw it.
Forget it. Or Kevin Conroy.
But let's let our guest introduce herself.
Yeah, well, you introduce her.
No, go ahead, please. Tell more who you are.
Twiggy. I am the last of the Visart owners, I guess. This is it. She's the last one.
This is video store royalty here, people. So show some.
I've been here for about 13 years, so I've been working in this store for a while. Yeah, seen a lot of good movies and a lot of bad ones.
More bad ones.
There's a lot more bad ones than there are good ones.
Which is why you need a show like us, people like us,
and places like
this, to help you navigate through the treacherous waters of bad movies.
Yeah. So you've seen Visart, you know what it's all about. So we just want to jump right into it. We'll talk about some other stuff at the end if we have time. But one of the best things about Visart for me was employee picks, because the customers got to maybe form these little relationships with certain employees where you would be like, this person has the exact same taste as me. But that's what I love. The employee picks, you can see what your fellow coworkers are into. It can start discussions. It can start
fights.
Some good. Yeah, it can start some disagreements. Like, how dare you?
I didn't say disagreements. I said fights. Just knock down.
Just knock down, drag out.
Shoot, guns, 9mm.
No way. Police Academy 3 is better than Police Academy 4, and I will fight you for saying that.
Dive across the counter with brass knuckles. Yeah.
But employee picks, that was something special. And I remember when we worked, we had an employee pick shelf. Yep. Or a little area for employee picks. Right. But I've noticed here, they're just scattered throughout the store, and you can have as many as you want.
Yeah.
I've
got thousands. Yeah. Thousands of them.
Because when we were working there, it was there was a system like you could only have like 10, as many that could fit on your shelf. Right. And they encouraged you to change them every once in a while, even though you never changed yours.
I never changed. Like I would just slowly add on the shelf. Yeah. And Station Agent was like one of the oldest, and like
Station Agent and 3 O'clock High were your two movies.
I was one of the main reasons people in that area have seen Station Agent. Yeah. Learning about Peter Dinklage years before.
Oh, totally. I'd never seen it or heard of it. But we've here it's just the movies are in their section and employees can put their sticker on. And I've noticed some movies, every single employee who works here seems like they've recommended them.
Yeah.
So
that's the test. If you can get 2 people that work here to agree on a movie, then you're doing good.
But I've seen some out there with like 7.
Yeah, if you get 7 employees to agree on something, you've got gold.
You better watch that movie. Yeah. What did you see? I think I saw, maybe it was Watership Down. Watership Down had like 6.
The one we all had nightmares from.
Yeah. Well, I know. And a friend of mine was like a animation festival, I guess, whatever. I was like, I'll take my friend's kid to see his birthday, see movie about rabbits and cartoons. And he was he freaked out, and he was like, Nancy, that's my mom's name. Nancy, I'm so sorry. And she kind of looked down at me. What'd you think? I was like, it was great. And just ran off and went to go play. And I've told people that story, and they kind of look at me and like,
that explains a lot.
Yeah, that explains a lot.
So we decided that we're gonna have a little test for you. We walked around the store and we grabbed some of your employee picks. We're just gonna toss you. We're gonna throw a movie.
We're gonna
at
throw
you.
it at
Movies at me.
And
Yeah.
if you catch it, you get to keep it.
All right.
So no, we're gonna give you a movie, and we just want you to take like a couple of minutes
Mm-hmm.
to just tell somebody out there about this movie and why it's awesome.
Okay.
So,
All right.
I've
let's
got
do
a sack
this.
here. I'm gonna grab one without looking.
Grab one at random.
Phantom of the Paradise.
Oh, yes.
I love this
This is
movie
one of my
so
favorites.
much.
This movie, I own the soundtrack to this. Entire soundtrack by
Hold on.
Paul Williams.
Paul
Fantastic
Williams
movie.
is
That's a
amazing.
Brian De Palma movie.
Brian De
I
Palma,
think,
one of his
directed.
earliest movies.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Is it?
And
It's
it
got-
stars Paul Williams. If you don't know who Paul Williams is, he was the little guy from Smokey and the Bandit.
Yeah.
Okay, now I have had nightmares about this movie.
It's
Yeah, I just
that's
remembered
a
what it
great
was.
Movie.
Yeah.
It's sort of
70s
across-
rock opera weirdness.
Yeah.
It's
yeah, it's got
it's like
the three bands in it are all played by the same three guys, so essentially it's the same band throughout the whole movie.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the music is awesome. Like I said, I totally rushed out and bought the soundtrack to this.
it's
love it.
basically Phantom of the Opera,
Yeah,
except
with Faust.
set in the
Yeah.
with a backdrop or filtered through the Faustian calendar and all through the lens of like 70s acid fueled rock opera craziness.
Oh yeah.
So-
yeah, this is high on the list.
Let me throw this out there. This movie is not for kids. If
No.
they
Although it is rated PG.
it's rated PG.
And the
Do
star of
not-
this movie used to work, did some music for the Muppet Show.
I don't
and
care.
hosted the Muppet
Yeah,
Show.
screw that. So if you just happen to, kids, like if they're like 10 or younger, let's say around 8, when they see this, you're gonna have lots of therapy bills. I'm just saying.
This is one of those movies where
Something
like,
I've heard.
there's nothing specific
Yeah.
in this movie where you could say, well, it can't be. There's no violence or cursing or nudity, so why make it rated R? It's like, but it's so weird and out there.
Yeah, dark.
It shouldn't be
It's-
rated
it's
PG.
dark, yeah.
But
This they dropped the ball on that.
but it's
That's a good
hilarious,
one.
Uh,
and I recommend it. All right,
That's a good
Huru,
one.
I'm gonna
All right.
challenge.
There.
Boom.
Oh, Terminus. Well, this is a new one. This is more of an independent, like, sci-fi film. Here's the cover.
Yeah.
Just see the cover. This was a good one. It's a little bit more of an indie film, you know,
Right,
some
yeah.
CGI and stuff. But
Yeah.
I did enjoy this one.
All right.
Pretty
What would
good.
you compare it to?
It reminded me a lot of a TV series that I had seen recently.
Space Above and Beyond.
No, I want to say not Dominion, but something that's Defiance.
Okay.
It reminded me a lot of something along the lines. If you're into like the show Defiance, then
Okay.
you might be into that.
Okay.
That was a pretty good one.
All right. So we've got Terminator for some sci-fi action adventure fans. This movie is rated R. It's called Terminus, directed by Mark Fermi. So
Yeah.
there you go, Terminus.
It's a good one.
All right.
What else you got?
Where the
Oh,
Buffalo Roam.
geez.
One of my favorite movies of all time.
Bill Murray. Well, I mean, if it's got Bill Murray on the cover, you pretty much can't go wrong anyway.
Yeah,
I mean, you
right.
don't need to take my word for it because everybody's got their pick sticker on this
Bill
one.
Murray as Hunter
As-
S. Thompson.
As Hunter S. Thompson. And one of my favorite Hunter S. Thompson movies, to be honest.
I actually-
There's a lot of good documentaries and everything about him, but
Yeah.
this is hilarious.
And I actually prefer this movie. Like the Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas gets all the acclaim and
Right.
stuff. This is a better
one-
movie.
Yeah, this is a better
And
movie
it's
than
funnier.
Fear and Loathing. It doesn't have the trippy scenes, but it definitely has the comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I love Johnny Depp as an actor, but Bill Murray
Yeah.
nailed it as Hunter S. Thompson.
Yeah.
And Peter
And
Boyle.
Peter Boyle. Come on.
Peter Boyle is great movie.
Yeah. So
Yep.
Peter Boyle, if they don't remember, obviously
Young Frankenstein.
Young Frankenstein.
Or Everybody Loves Raymond.
the dad and everybody loves
And
Raymond.
he played Wizard in Taxi Driver.
Yep.
Great cast. And this was like 1980, so Bill Murray, I guess he was in his last season in SNL, or he had just left, so he wasn't the big movie star. This is before Stripes, before Ghostbusters, so he was just
Holy crap! I didn't realize-
like I guess Meatballs came out, and
Yep.
then this, and then Caddyshack all kind of came out in a row. But this was his first kind of starring role in a real movie, and he kills
Yeah,
it.
he nailed it.
And music by Neil Young, directed by Art Linson. It's a fantastic movie. Great movie. Where the Buffalo Roam.
Yep.
Bill Murray, Peter Boyle. Can't say enough good things about it.
That's an A+ right there.
All right.
Yes.
So that's kind of the easy one because it's got Bill Murray. So
Yeah.
that's easy to sell. I've got someone at the door, and the next couple are like I'm gonna throw some fastballs or some curveballs,
Okay.
whatever. All right. So
Dragon Slayer.
they're like sell
Oh, boy.
it,
Old school.
sell it.
Oh man!
let me show the
be,
people.
To be honest, I was probably more of a fan of the arcade game that was at my local Chuck E. Cheese than I was the actual show. But I did used to watch this show. Of course, I used to watch a lot of shows like this. Like, remember the Dungeons and Dragons show?
And there was
Very
also
similar.
Space Ace.
Don't
was
even
like the
compare.
futuristic version.
Don't even compare it to Dungeons and Dragons.
It's not as great as Dungeons and Dragons.
Not even close.
But this was
but-
wacky. They weren't trying to be serious.
Yeah. But this was, I mean, obviously back when Hanna-Barbera was making cartoons about every single game and toy out there, or vice versa.
They've got Pac-Man and Qbert out there.
Yeah.
Just so if you're here, if you want to see Pac-Man animated, Pac-Man and Qbert. Just saying.
This is in line with our nostalgic cartoon section that they're so proud of. Trying to keep our childhoods alive.
Yeah, I would say like if you're watching this movie, you live in the Charlotte area. If you're of a certain age group, say you grew up in the kind of the 70s or 80s.
You gotta stop saying that.
There's, but this is specific to them. They have these collections of Saturday morning cartoons from the 80s, Saturday morning cartoons from the 70s. They've got like old school Sesame Street, Electric Company. Come to Visart, relive your childhood. Try to forget how old you are.
But there are
We do it all day.
There are also collections of the Hanna-Barbera stuff that's like Doggy Oggy and
Top Cat,
and that's before.
Yeah, even
that's
before
even
that.
earlier. Yeah, that.
Flintstones.
So it doesn't matter if you
Yeah.
just want to watch cartoons. Just see how cartoons were made. You know, even Warner Brothers. You know, we're talking older stuff. There's that Daffy Duck, one of my favorite Daffy Duck, Porky Pig cartoons. They're on the game show, and the question is, name all of 48 states or else.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, 48 states.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
Yeah.
But like,
cartoons have changed a lot.
Yeah,
They
well,
don't make cartoons now like they used to.
No.
They really don't.
every now and then they'll try just for like newer technology. And Animaniacs was kind of the Looney Tunes
Of its
essence.
essence,
Yeah.
But Dragon Slayer.
Dragon Slayer.
Some bizarre silliness.
Oh man,
So-
I sucked at this game. I sucked so bad.
Everybody did.
Everybody did. You couldn't beat it.
No,
Yeah.
there was one move
No.
to do to get to the next scene, and if you didn't,
Because you were
memorize
basically,
you're
it was a
done.
cartoon that you were controlling.
Yep.
And if you didn't hit the button at the right
do
time,
the right move,
you just
that's
fell into the lava pit and you
There-
died.
it
But
was
it's
a-
not like you were controlling the guy. It was like you would hit the joystick and the button, and then 45 seconds of a cartoon would play.
Yep.
Signifying that you had moved on, and then something else would happen. Didn't hit the button right.
It was it.
Yeah,
math.
you're dead.
There's one right answer.
Yeah.
And that's it. If you didn't
Yeah.
hit that
It
answer,
was-
you're wrong.
It was maddening.
Yeah.
So many quarters wasted.
Yeah. All right.
Cool.
So,
All
so
right,
much
next.
allowance down the toilet.
This was something I grabbed because
this
I had
is-
never even heard of this movie.
This is the Snowtown Murders. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this was based off of a true story. Very disturbing movie. This is probably not for everybody kind of movie. It's violent. It's shocking.
Go on.
Yeah. It's a.
We're interested.
Yeah. This is a good one. If you like true crime kind of stuff, this is good. This
Definitely.
might be a little more violent for some people that might not be into a lot of gore and stuff, because it is rather shocking.
Okay.
So don't watch this one with your mom.
Okay.
even if she does like the true crime stuff, this one's a little disturbing.
And we were just talking about the IFC label, IFC Midnight.
IFC makes some great movies.
Oh,
And great television. IFC is killing it lately.
Yeah.
It's actually been doing it for a while.
Yeah, but I feel like they've been stepping up like with original programming because now they're doing Marin and
Right.
Comedy Bang Bang.
Well, once they got their
Spoils Before
their
Dying,
channel.
The Spoils of Babylon. Yeah.
They've been doing it. They've been even their average
Portlandia.
stuff is like still quality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the IFC Midnight though, I've not been disappointed yet. You know, they've got some good stuff.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's awesome.
This this movie won the film festival special jury prize at the Cannes Film Festival, and was an official selection at the Toronto International Film Festival. This is, I'm assuming this is is this an English language film?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Australian?
It's English language. Yeah.
Okay.
You know, if you have trouble with the accents, you might have to subtitle it. But
I
you
do
know, it
subtitles
depends.
now just for about everything.
This movie
Yeah.
looks
Yeah,
incredible.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's definitely a good one.
Snowtown
All right.
Murders,
Snowtown
IFC.
So
Check it out.
kind of in line with this one. This is my heavy hitter. You gotta work on this.
I'm
one.
ready. Okay.
And
and you'll know why in a minute. But
Oh, is this the new season?
The second
of True
season.
Detective?
yeah,
Okay,
all right.
yeah.
I'm not
Because
gonna say
a lot of
I'm not
people
gonna say
did
anything.
not
This is
like the
another
second
one.
season.
Sell it. No, let it talk.
This is another one that I bought the soundtrack to. This was pretty good. The first and second seasons are standalone, so you don't have to have seen the first season to see the second season. They got different actors, different.
Like
plots,
American Horror
everything.
Story.
Just like American Horror Story. I think the first season was Woody Harrelson and
McConaughey.
shirtless McConaughey. Yeah, but he did wear a shirt through most of the movie, or through the show. I mean. This one was Vince Vaughn and Colin Farrell, who also are both great actors, and they do pretty well together. Both playing detectives, but on the kind of on the dark, crooked side of being detectives. Again, if you're into crime dramas, this is a good one. If you're into dark mystery, this is a good one. It's not. Not terribly violent, not terribly gory, but definitely very suspenseful.
So I can tell you this right now, and this is why I was picking this and wanted to sell it. The word out on the street is that the distance between season 1 and season 2 is vast.
Mm-hmm.
And like, so
There-
how do
yeah.
you now sell that to a customer? And because I'm like, I heard season 2 isn't quite like up to par with season 1. So how do you?
Well,
how do you-
they're not related in any way, but they're
Right.
both very melancholy. With the title True Detective, you want this to be about a detective that's going to save the day, and it's these detectives have just as many problems as the killers do,
Yeah.
and so you're really not gonna see a lot of happiness and sunshine
Yeah.
going on in this
Yeah.
from both the detective and the bad guy's standpoints.
Yeah, this isn't Willy
but-
Wonka.
Yeah, it is not. But I do highly recommend.
Right on.
Do highly recommend.
Okay.
All right.
Good acting, good drama.
True Detective Season 2.
Yep.
Now available. All right. I grabbed this one just because it had a cute dog on the cover.
This.
I love dogs.
This is
But I also love
Barking
this
Dogs,
director.
Never Bite. He's done some other good ones.
He did the Snowpiercer.
He did Snowpiercer.
You did Snowpiercer.
Yes.
Yep.
Great director.
This is actually a very dark movie, but it's a dark comedy.
Tell
kind
him
of.
the name.
Oh, Barking Dogs Never Bite. It is about a guy who is being driven insane by someone in his apartment complex that has a yappy dog, and I think we've all been there.
Yes.
And I think we've all felt the way
Yeah.
that
My dog is that yappy
feels
dog.
Yeah, you have that. You
about
have that
yappy
dog.
dog.
It's Baxter.
I don't want to give away too much of the plot to it, but it is very dark. And it is very funny if you like dark humor. If not, you probably go to hell for watching this and enjoying it.
Like Cooties.
I love Cooties.
See?
Yes.
One of our first episodes.
If you-
we are
yes.
in the right place.
Yes, if you like seeing kindergartners getting beat up, then you might like this movie too.
Me.
Yes. If you,
Me.
if you've got a yappy dog that you hate, then this movie is
that
for
is
you.
so wrong. Why would you?
Yeah.
Why would you say something? That's
'Cause I hate kids.
We don't.
It's,
How old's your daughter?
but no, this is a good one. This is highly recommend that one.
If also this director made an amazing movie about 10 years ago called The Host. Not the one
Yes.
based on the youth series of it's
Oh,
a
the
Korean
monster movie, The
It's
Host.
this is a Korean director. He's amazing. His name is Bong Joon-ho, and he has made some really great movies. I grabbed this one literally because it had a picture of a cute dog on it, and then I saw that it was Bong Joon-ho, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh, I've never even heard this movie,
Yeah.
and this apparently is his first film.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
okay. I didn't know it was his first.
Yeah, and but so now I am going to see this movie because cute little dog, director that I love,
And
Yeah.
sticker.
dark
Very
horror,
dark, yeah.
Yeah.
Dark comedy.
dark comedy,
And
Yep.
Twiggy recommended it.
and Twiggy recommended.
Yep.
The
I like that
the host was running on loop several years back, or when it came out at Heroes Con at the convention.
Yeah, but-
and had like a huge crowd. Everybody's like, "What is this?" And they were
There
trying.
was some good comedy elements to that too.
Oh,
Yeah.
my
You know?
goodness.
Yeah.
All right, so last one, and it's kind of like Cameron. I wanted her.
Because I wanted.
This is a good
I was
movie.
curious about it, and I was
Yes.
like, yeah.
Okay. I don't want to give away too much about this movie.
Yeah.
It's called Remember, and it is about a guy who is living in a retirement home. He's a very old man, and he is wants to get revenge on an SS officer that tortured him during the Holocaust. And so it's half revenge film, half drama. If you like movies like Memento, with people that are having difficulty remembering things,
Right.
then you might like this one. It's very along a similar line. I don't want to tell you too much about it because then I would give away the
Tell
awesome,
them the
awesome
actors.
plot.
Yeah, this is a dynamic duo here.
Martin Landau and Christopher Plummer are in this, and they're both great. I mean, both great. It's a very dialogue heavy movie. It's a little sad. It's a little suspenseful. Definitely enjoyed this one though.
Yeah.
There you go. What else you got?
The tagline is "It's never too late for revenge."
Yeah,
Which
I love a revenge movie.
And
Any revenge movie
yeah,
out there, I'm probably gonna be into it.
have that put on my
It's-
tombstone.
Yeah.
I wanted to grab something that would go in a different direction from this dark killing and stuff that's going on. So
Well,
even though it's called Death Comes to Town,
it's still pretty dark, but it's Kids in the Hall.
It's
Kids in the Hall. So I mean, who the hell doesn't love Kids in the Hall?
a lot of
It's
people
great.
don't know about this series.
Yeah.
Because everybody knows about Kids in the Hall, but a lot of people don't. It's like, hey, they made another TV series a few years ago, and if you're a
What's
fan
that?
of Kids in the Hall, you really should check this out.
Yeah, and again, they play all the characters. They play many characters. They're all very, dark and funny.
But this isn't like a sketch comedy show. It's more like kind of a scripted series.
Yeah, this is a series with consecutive episodes, so it's not just random
Sketches,
stuff going
yeah.
on. Yeah, this is pretty good. If you'd seen the other movie, was it Brain Candy?
Brain
That
Candy.
they did, yeah. So if you like Brain Candy, then you would probably want to watch this one too. This one was pretty good. Some of the guys that were in Kids in the Hall did another movie that was very similar to this, and oh gosh, it was something Incorporated. Nether Beast Incorporated.
Yeah.
Have you seen that?
No, but I know
Okay.
of it. I haven't
That
seen
is
it.
very
Okay.
similar to
Yeah.
this one as well. Another good dark comedy.
Okay.
It's got a lot of Kids in the Hall actors in it. But this is all Kids in the Hall.
Okay, gotcha.
This is all Kids in the Hall. So if you like them, you definitely want to check this one out.
All right, Kids
Yep.
in the Hall, Death Comes to Town, from 2010. So this is recent. Check it out. Find it. Stream it.
So
Steal it.
that was my last one. So you got one more?
Yeah.
You got any more? Keep going.
I got one more, and we talked about this a little bit earlier, but
Yeah.
I just wanted this all to geek out a little bit.
Yeah.
Shin Chan!
Oh, Shin-Chan. Shin-Chan's great. And I've actually, I've only seen this Shin-Chan, which is when they redubbed over the voices and everything.
Right.
I've not actually seen any original Shin-Chan with the original dialogue, but this
I can't
is
imagine
comedy
it being.
gold.
I can't imagine it being funnier.
Yeah, I imagine it's probably just as strange as this is.
Yeah.
And so if you like strange, and if you like butt jokes and fart jokes, and then yeah.
And it's pretty much
Shin-Chan.
recommended by the entire staff.
Yeah.
That's another one that
Yeah.
everybody here seems to love.
Everybody loves
But
Shin-Chan.
this show, they aired this show on Cartoon Network briefly about 7 or 8 years ago, and that's how I found out about it. And it was one of those things where I watched the first few episodes and I was just like, what is this? Like, how did this sneak past me? Like, I should have known about this.
Yeah.
It is so, like, I can't even like talk about any specific, just, it's called Shin-Chan, it's Japanese anime, they've redubbed the voices. It's hilarious. It's kind of South Parky, a little cutesier and less like spiteful and cynical than South Park.
Yeah.
But it's that same level of humor. So it's kind of like
real immature.
if you were to take
real immature.
like if the Peanuts were right here and South Park were right here, Shin-Chan is like right in the middle between the Peanuts and South Park.
Right on,
Yeah.
It's like got that sweet cuteness of like just kids being kids, but it's also got this weird
Like-
vulgarity. But it never gets past a certain point.
Right.
yeah.
And his hero is called Action Bastard. It's like
Yeah.
he's obsessed
Yeah.
with this guy named
Action
Action Bastard.
Bastard.
Who's like he has a cereal and a comic book and a TV series, and the Shin-Chan just wants to be Action Bastard.
Yeah.
And
Who does
I
it
love
really?
when you know you see products in Japan and they've all got Shin-Chan all over them. Just
Yeah.
all kinds of random
All
stuff.
random
It would
stuff.
be the equivalent of seeing like Eric Cartman on like school supplies everywhere here.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
so kind of the way they put
amazing.
Hello Kitty on everything.
Yep.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, Shin-Chan's on everything. It's
Shin-Chan.
great.
It's the animation is really, I don't want to say crude, but it's not like overly fancy or stylized.
It is not Pixar.
No,
Don't expect that at all.
no, it's no.
Yeah. ShinChan.
Shin-Chan.
Shin-Chan.
Yeah, that one. I don't know how hard. I mean, you guys have the first 2 or 3 seasons here, so it's available.
It's out there.
Yeah, so find it. I don't know if Netflix carries
Are
it or
they still
if
airing
you
it on
can
Cartoon
stream it on
Network? How long
YouTube.
ago
No,
was
they
that?
didn't last long, and I don't know
Yeah.
why, but they were doing it on their Toonami where they would air, Samurai Champloo and like all these, and Cowboy Bebop, and
that's
Shin-Chan came on for a while.
That's probably why,
But-
because it's not.
Maybe it just didn't fit in.
Yeah, it just didn't fit in. Like it probably would have done better, maybe like Adult Swim.
It should have definitely they should have just shown it like with Robot Chicken and Squidbillies and
Yeah.
stuff, because it's that type of humor,
Yeah.
just without all the cursing and stuff. But it's hilarious. Shin-Chan for a good 5 or 6 months, Shin-Chan was my hero. My hero was like a 6-year-old Japanese animated child.
Man, we gotta get you some new heroes.
Shin-Chan was to me what Action Bastard was to Shin-Chan. So yeah, that's where my brain's at.
Oh my goodness.
All right, well, so that is a little bit into the little peek into the mind of Twiggy.
Yeah.
And as you can see, her tastes in movies run the gamut from like silly cartoons and just straightforward television series to movies, Korean and Australian films you've probably never heard of, and
She's got stickers all over this place.
Yeah.
I like the movies no one's ever heard of.
yeah,
and that's what that was like the essence of Visart.
that was the essence of Visart.
And
We
that's
try
what
to
we're
turn
trying.
people
That's
on.
what we're trying to do
Yeah.
for you people. This is why we're here.
Yeah.
This is why we got her.
And this mentality is like something that exists with people who work in comic book stores, people who work in record stores, people who work in little independent bookstores. It's like most of the people who work at or run these places probably aren't getting rich off of doing this. They're doing it because it's something that they're passionate about, and they have this thing that they're passionate about, and they want other people to be passionate about it as well. Which is what we did at Visart, which is why, like Hoover said, this is why we're doing this show, because we care about movies and we want people to continue to see good movies. And now that video stores aren't a thing anymore, it's a little harder because you don't have people that can just like help you find something.
Roll up to them and be like, "What's going on?"
So this is
yeah.
the essence of this show is just continuing the spirit of Visart, and just thank you for keeping this store afloat, and thank you to the
My
people,
best.
to the good people of Charlotte who support this store and give
Yes,
give
thank
these
you.
fine people your business. If you're watching this in the Charlotte area, come by Visart Video, get a membership. They also sell really cool T-shirts and buttons,
Toys.
stickers,
We came down there.
posters.
All kinds of
We
stuff.
bought all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
We haven't even gotten to buying movies yet. We bought like
No,
shirts
I've been
and
buying
stickers
buttons and
like,
stickers.
We got to go
It's-
back out there and actually buy some movies that
Yeah.
we've been looking for. So we haven't even gotten to that point yet. Yeah.
So
That's
that's it. And I would say, as always, keep watching movies.
We'll try and do better, but I don't know. This was pretty.
This was pretty good.
This was pretty epic.
We've hit our ceiling as far as better goes.
Yeah.
But we do like to encourage people to keep watching movies. So find a good movie and watch it with someone you love.
You can start with those ones we just recommended.
Yeah, we just
Phantom of the Paradise. Start with that one.
start with Phantom of the Paradise and end with Shin-Chan. It's a nice palate cleanser.
Right.
Yeah.
All
Right
right.
on.
Good night, everybody.
Later.
That was cool.
Yeah, I see you.
It's the Baxter Show.
It's the Baxter Show.